Welcome to part 3 of History of Tokusatsu. In the previous 2 parts, I explained the origins of the 2 subgenres of Tokusatsu, and how the 2 subgenres came together when the Ultra series was created by a man named Eiji Tsuburaya. But he's not the only famous face in Toku. A man named Shotaro Ishinimori started to write and create stories for manga. They were usually dark and dreadful, and the reason for this is Ishinimori originally wanted to scare children. Children were the target audience for manga at the time, with his stories. 2 of his most famous well-known mangas are Skullman, which is about a man whose parents were murdered while he was still a child, and because of this, he would don a mask identity and take his revenge. And the second of which is Cyborg 009, which is about 9 normal humans who were kidnapped and brainwashed by an evil organization and are given superpowers beyond their imagination. But they all rebel and use their enhanced abilities to fight off the evil organization. As you may have guessed, these both led to the 2 most popular franchises in all of Tokusatsu, Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. Kamen Rider was supposed to be a TV adaptation of Skullman, but the manga was too dark, and the hero was changed to a grasshopper cyborg man after Ishinimori saw his son doodling. The original Kamen Rider TV show debuted in 1971, and it was about a young motorcycle artist who was kidnapped by an evil organization and turned into an evil grasshopper cyborg man. But he rebels and fights off the evil organization that kidnapped him as the Kamen Rider. I think you should be well aware of this, since I already explained this in my Let's Talk Toku of Kamen Rider adaptations here in the US. Link in the description if you want to watch that. So, anyway, about a few years later, Ishinimori had the idea of a Toku show featuring a team of Kamen Riders, but the idea was scrapped in favor of combining a superpowered team with a transforming hero concept, and thus Super Sentai was born. The very first Super Sentai debuted in 1971 with the title Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, which, by the way, translates to Secret Squadron Go Ranger. You're welcome. The show was about 5 secret agents whose respective branches of the agency that they work for are under attack by, you guessed it, an evil organization. The 5 agents luckily survive the attack and regroup at a secret base where they all are given the ability to transform into Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger. Somewhere in between the events of the original Kamen Rider and Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, another Toku franchise was in development, Android Kikaider. Much like the original Kamen Rider, it started out as a manga by Shotaro Ishinimori, but then became a TV show in 1972, and it eventually became an anime in the early 2000s. Kikaider was about an android named Jiro who was created with the ability to transform into Kikaider and fight off the evil killer animal robots. I have mentioned that Toku can get a little bit obscure at times, right? Over the years, Tokusatsu would keep advancing with every new installment of both Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. But little did we know, as the 70s came to an end and the 80s were just approaching, there was a new Toku franchise that was going to start off big, but that franchise did not become as well known as we thought it would be.